Aquarius, welcome to your session. In this session, we're going to take a look at what you're attached to. Okay. Keep in mind, Aquarius, that this is a general reading. It's not a personal. So please do not force any of the channel messages. Again, all I ask of you, Aquarius, is that you do not force any channel messages. Okay. Thank you. Moving forward. All inquiries, email spiritualguideline@gmail.com. Let's go ahead and start your session. Aquarius, do not force any channel messages. Keep in mind that this is a general reading. It seems like you need reminders, Aquarius. Something you need to something you need to remember, something you remind me. Something. Someone's name could be Mary. Something about something attached to Mary. I don't know. Anywho, Most High, thank you so much for blessing me with the gift of intuition as an intuitive reader. Allow this session to bring clarity, confirmation, and understanding. The only Mary that I could see is Jesus' mother. She was the virgin who birthed a child. So it seems like a compliment, Aquarius. Exploration and disinterest. Okay, Aquarius, your soul or your flesh, we'll just see which one it is ready to explore. Whatever you have disinterest is, that's what you need to explore. There's a gem in there. Versus exploring something that you like or that you have interest in. You're being asked to explore what you don't like, what you have disinterest in. Let me see the shadow energy here. The Page of Chalices and the Lovers. If you don't, you'll be forced to, Aquarius. It's like what you're not interested in is going to be positioned onto your path, where you're going to either pass the lesson, learn the lesson, or go through the course. Aquarius. It's attached to a wish that's being granted. It's kind of like saying, you're asking divine. And the reason why I'm being guided to use this metaphor is because it's real. There are people, we have McDonald's, and there are kids who love hamburgers, cheeseburgers, chicken nuggets. And there's places where kids don't even know what a McDonald's is. And it just feels like you have a wish that's being granted. And it's being granted, Aquarius. It's just, you have to know the disinterest of it. Like, you have to know the divine help me. It's kind of like, say you meet me, Aquarius, and in your eyes I'm a good person, but the closer you get to me, you realize that I'm a cold person and I'm a heartless person. But because in public I have to uphold myself correctly in decency and in order, that's the only thing you know. But the closer you get to me, you realize what the steps that I have to maintain to keep that image alive, to keep that respect the way, at the level that I want it. So it's kind of like the wish that's being granted to you, Aquarius. You're going to have to go behind the scenes and go through the course of disinterest. Understand why you don't like certain things, people, places, or things. You're not being forced to. It's the choice Basically, you're going to go through a course of dancing with the devil, Aquarius. And the most cleanest version that I could say, instead of it being rated R, right? We'll call this rated PG-13, where you dance with the devil and the devil is you, your shadow self. So you're getting ready to go through a course of removing the things that you don't like about yourself. All right, Aquarius, does that make sense? I hope it does. So what you're going to detach, if you choose, you're not required to, but if you choose to go through this course of dancing with the devil, um, the the good news is the wish has been granted. It's granted. Your wish has been granted, but you have to know what comes along with the wish that has been granted. Give me some self care messages for Aquarius. If Aquarius decides not to go through this course of dancing with the devil, what is the outcome? And I want to make this clear. The devil is you, Aquarius, your shadow energy. I'm not speaking about anyone else. I'm talking about you, Aquarius. Freedom, surrender. You have ownership over your own life. So this is basically saying that you need to discipline your shadow self. All right. So this is, you're going to go through a course of knowing thyself, of really going deep into the deep depths, to the floor of your water energy. You know how the ocean floor, somewhere way out there, somewhere, right? Whether it's the Atlantic or the Pacific, somewhere way out there, deep down to the core of the floor where it's dark and there's life there, right? And only a few go down there to experience. And it just feels like you get this opportunity to go to this course of truly going through the course of knowing all the darkness of yourself. And you get to decide what you want to keep and what you want to get rid of. So I don't want you to say, oh, SGL said I'm going to dance with the devil. Yeah, yourself. You're going to go through a course of, let me read to you the devil energy. Goodness gracious. It's just you don't have to think too hard into it, Aquarius. The devil, the darkness with blah, 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 blah. Hold on. The darkness within each of us. Let me say this before I read you the devil energy. If you are another zodiac sign and you have Aquarius placements, this is your session. If you are another zodiac sign and you resonate, you're just in Aquarius's energy. Moving forward, the devil energy, the darkness within each of us gives the devil his power. The places you are enslaved, misunderstood, repressed, are warped by negativity and confusion. Examine interpersonal relationships. How are you treated, and how do you treat others? The shadow self, where you stuff desire, need, urges that are too icky and scary to acknowledge about yourself. Demon dance. See? Confirmation. Wicked, darkness, restraint, enslave, indulgence, anger, abuse, addictions to substances, people's habits, and ideas. That's the devil energy. And it just feels like if you choose not to dance with the devil, you have ownership of your life, people, places, and things that are in your world. Aquarius. Can you hear me now? So I see you when it comes to just being a person and your associations. When it comes to loyalty, there is a disinterest. And so you are on the expert, you're going to go on this exploration of experiencing loyalty. Anywho, you have success coming in reverse, Aquarius. All right. You may feel like you cannot do something and you can. Just need to focus, get things in order. Okay. Not get your ducks in order, get your checklist in order. If you have to check yourself, do so. Okay. When it comes to focus, if you focus on what you don't want, there's a good chance you might get it. Focus on what you do want instead. Let me say this again, Aquarius. It says, if you focus on what you don't want, the disinterest, there's a good chance you might get it. Focus on what you do want instead, Aquarius. When it comes to just you in general, I don't want to toot your horn or, put your position you, Aquarius, where you start boasting, because the fact that you know that a wish has been granted, just know that there are things. I'm going to say things. I'm not going to say people. I'm going to say things. And the reason why I say things is because sometimes people can change up their loyalty for things. And that's part of the course of you understanding why people change up their loyalty for things, Aquarius. And you have to understand that there is a possibility that people are want to attach themselves because they're not understanding how is it that Aquarius has ownership over thyself and everything attached to it. Aquarius. Who are you, Aquarius? Word of advice for Aquarius, please. There's success coming through again, up in the air, and forgiveness. Aquarius, you're going to have to forgive the past, and I'm just going to generalize it. People, places, or things, okay? Anything darkness attached to your past, you're going to have to forgive and release so that you can navigate. I want you to get through this course. I don't want you to get stuck, and then this course gets transferred into a maze and you can't get out. Okay. It's like getting on the hayride. This is your course, Aquarius, and if you wanted to go this way, listen to me. You're on the hayride. This is the course. You're on the hayride, and divine is speaking to you and narrating everything in your shadow self, or anything that was shadow work or shadow experience that you experienced in the past. It's like there's a projection and you're on a hayride. Don't get off the hayride. Don't question the hayride. Don't tell the hayride to stop. Don't say you got to go to the bathroom. Just be on the hayride and listen to what is being told to you. Watch what is being shown to you. Okay. Get through the course. Once you get through the course, you'll understand why it's very essential of why you're not supposed to interrupt when the teacher shows up. Divine is showing up in your favor, Aquarius. Okay? And when I tell you, when divine shows up, divine comes when you least expect it. And I'm going to give you a personal experience that I had. I remember I was living up north, and divine said, "Get in your car." And mind you, this is the beginning when, where I was listening to my intuition. God said, "Get in your car and just drive." And I'm driving, and I ended up way out in the boondocks to to military property where it said, if you pass this line, we're going to shoot you. and what was so crazy was there was no way that I could back up. The way that the road was, it was either I was going to get shot down, right? Or wait for someone from military to come to help me get off the road and get back to where I was going. But what I'm trying to tell you is, Divine said, get in your car. And I remember I was in worship when I was being very grateful, and I was just in gratitude, and tears of joy, of gratitude were just falling down my face. And I remember the whole time I kept asking Divine, I just want to touch the hem of your garment. I just want to get behind the veil. And I want to say that it took 30 days or 90 days. And I was laying in my bed, and I wasn't asleep. I was laying in my bed. I was literally about to go to sleep. But I remember the gushing wind came in my room. And that was my first experience of experiencing the gushing wind, because growing up in church, we had some church members who would always experience the gushing wind. And I remember these wise women would tell me about the gushing wind, but they never would go into detail. They would say, you ain't never experienced the gushing wind. And I'm like, no, what's the gushing wind? And I was too young. So anywho, the gushing wind came in my room, and immediately my soul came out of my body. Mind you, I am awake. I am not asleep. I am not dreaming. I am awake. And immediately the gushing wind and my soul went into severance. I saw my soul go into severance on its knees in the homage to Divine. And the presence was so, when I tell you, the presence of Divine was so, it's amazing. And then next thing you know it, that presence. But before that, as that was happening, Divine said, before Divine said, these were the exact words Divine said to me, do you still want to touch the hem of my garment? And I just remember seeing my soul in severance and on my knees, and I'm just weeping in joy, right? And I'm hearing, and the moment that I wanted to say yes, God gave me the experience of feeling the hem of his garment. And it churned, now that I understand now, but then it scared me because I didn't understand. How could Divine feel so, how could the presence be so miraculous and then turn so dark and scary and death and vile? And it was just, I mean, I'll never forget it. I remember snapping out of it. It was just too much. It was something that I just couldn't comprehend it. And I remember jumping up, and I looked at my Bible, and then I turned on the light, and I remembered I called a loved one who I trusted so dearly. And I told them what happened. And I said, I wasn't asleep. This happened. Just how I'm talking to you, this happened. And they laughed. They laughed in the moment. And I remember saying, why are you laughing? And they still were laughing at my experience. And I was offended. But to move past, I got confirmation as time progressed, as I was going through the course of dancing with the devil. My confirmation was that was the pain of the world. So be mindful of what you ask for, because your wish is being granted, Aquarius. Because sometimes what we desire or what we think is good may not be something that we could carry. All right. A human being itself cannot carry the veil or the garment of divine because it's the pain of the world. It's too much to bear. And that is the shadow. That's the devil. And so, what I'm trying to tell you, Aquarius, is the best route is to have ownership. Divine is giving you permission. But in order for you to really experience every corner, every aspect, every depth, okay, of this freedom, you have to forgive. And during the process of forgiving, you will be rewarded successes. But just understand that every time you explore a success, be prepared to go through the course of understanding the negative aspects behind the scenes of successes. So it's kind of like, say there's a mayor, right? And the mayor is doing really, really good, but you don't know what's going behind the scenes to keep the mayor at the forefront. Okay. Let's say there's this doctor. This doctor is doing really good and they're really, really known really well for surgeries, but you don't know the sacrifices and the sleepless nights and, the ongoing of the never-ending sleep to be able to be productive. What shadow darkness comes with staying awake, right? Aquarius, let's pull your I am message. In the learning lesson, I'm very careful what I ask divine. Ever since that happened, I'm very, very mindful of the requests that I submit to divine. I am message. Also, what I see is those who were very stronghold of having disinterest of you, Aquarius, will become loyal to you, and they're wanting to get to know you, Aquarius. You have this beauty about you, Aquarius, and it's more it's your cup energy that's very attractive. Aquarius, your IMS just says, I open up the eyes of my heart and direct my gaze to the light within every being. Personality and physical appearance are in the image of man. Beauty and goodness are in the image of God. So, Aquarius, this is a pre-warning. Do not sell yourself short for attention. Okay, Aquarius. If Aquarius decides to sell themselves short for attention, why would a Aquarius sell themselves short for attention? Inner growth. You won't. So what this is saying, if the moment that you stop grounding yourself, that's when you sell yourself short. But I'm not seeing that you will sell yourself short for attention, Aquarius. Splitting the deck. Let me let you see me split the deck for you. Intimacy. No one's saying you can't explore intimacy, Aquarius, but do not stop grounding yourself. Don't get off your square. Don't get off your A game. Don't stop. Don't. It's not worth it. I promise you, Aquarius. Okay. In the past, that was one of my weaknesses. I could be straight on course. And the moment that I started talking to someone, I stopped doing what I was supposed to do. So if you want to explore intimacy, you fill in the blank of what kind of intimacy, because intimacy doesn't have to be sex. Okay, it could be asexual. It could be just getting to know and bonding with people in general. It could be platonic. Okay, just don't stop your program. Stay grounded, and you won't sell yourself short. All right, outcome message for Aquarius, and we'll pull an angel guide message for you, Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, you have the Ace of Swords and the Five of Swords. When it comes to this past resentment, that's what I'm saying. You have to forgive past resentment. When it comes to clouded judgment, Aquarius, it's because you're not grounded. It says you may have a new idea or a breakthrough, but you're shielding it from the world. Perhaps you're not sure about how to fully bring it to fruition, or maybe you're afraid to show it to the world out of fear of rejection. The reverse position of this card is telling you to reflect on what you want in life or in a particular goal or project. Invest time into seeking the truth from within. When it comes to dancing with the devil, Aquarius, the monster, okay? This is how I'm being divinely guided to tell you. The monster is you. So if you see the monster in other people, that monster is trying to get you to see that you also have that monster energy as well. Tame it, control it, tell it to sit down. You have that power, Aquarius. Command your monster to sit down, and you won't see the projection of that monster in people, places, or things. Overall, you have the High Priestess. There's something when it comes to mystery. Stay in mystery, Aquarius. All right. That's what's going to keep you evolving, the mystery. It says, Aquarius, you need to listen to your gut, meditate, reflect, and turn inward, as the answers are within you. You're headed toward a period of growth. Congratulations, Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, those are the messages that came out for you in your session of what you are attached to. You fill in the blank of identifying the unhealthy attachments. For the most part, I just had to deliver the message that way. Normally, I'm able to let you know exactly what it is, but unfortunately, I was not guided to do so this time because the fact that a wish has been granted, and that's a lot of information right there. Aquarius, just understand that dancing with the devil, you're dancing with yourself. And I'm not being comical at all, because it's just hard for me to wrap my head around it too. I'm just saying. I love you, Aquarius. Oh, your angel guide message. Oh. And if you're able to extend your knowledge to that, definitely put in the comments, because, hey, more minds alike who can expand is an awesome thing. Angel guide message for Aquarius, please. What does Aquarius need to know about this monster? What does Aquarius need to know about this monster? I already told you, Aquarius, it's you. But I don't know why I'm being guided to clarify again. The Ace of Wands. Tame it, control it. Like I said, tell it to be still, tell it to sit down, and then you will not have to experience. It's kind of like whatever your thoughts is, or however you're feeling, it's being projected in environments and people, places, and things. Tell that monster to be still. Tell your shadow energy to be still. You are in control, Aquarius. Ace of Wands. All right. Angel guide message for Aquarius, please. Harmony and resolution. You got this. That's the growth, Aquarius. You learning how to command your shadow energy. All right. Harmony and resolution for Aquarius, please. All right, Aquarius, this is what your angel guided message entails. It says, angel guidance is encouraging you to stand down from any conflicts that are going on in your life right now, Aquarius. Take a step back to collect your thoughts and breathe. Angels cannot help you unless you create space for them to intervene, and they are with you now and willing to restore peace. They want you to know that they are aware of your challenges and the concerns you have, but unless you have faith that harmony can be restored, nothing can change. This is a time for you to visualize yourself, the situation, and everyone involved enveloped in a golden light of goodness and grace. It is important to know that angels of peace are encouraging you to let them bring peace to the situation. Trust the process. So remember when I said this course it's the metaphor that I saw was just being on the hayride. Don't get off the hayride. Just go through the course. I love you, Aquarius. Don't forget love is kind. Don't forget love is gentle. I'm so honored to be able to serve you. And the only request I have for you, Aquarius, is do not force any channel messages at all, period. I love you. Don't forget love is kind. Don't forget love is gentle, Aquarius. Until we meet again.